The voice coach Gwen Stefani had a tough decision to make Tuesday during the first night of the playoffs. After she watched all 5 of her remaining team members sing, she had to choose just 2 to take to the final round. Her picks: Jan Dan, who sang Dust in the Wind by Kansas and has been a favorite of hers all season long, and 15-year-old Sydney Sterlis, who sang Betty by Taylor Swift. When it comes to The Voice, the playoffs are always a part of the competition that is emotionally charged and full of exciting moments. Contestants who have put in a lot of effort to get to this point are all competing for a spot in the live shows, where they will have the opportunity to perform in front of millions of viewers. In addition to being a moment in which the coaches have the opportunity to assist in molding the future of these talented artists, it is also a time when they are required to make difficult choices that have the potential to either make or break someone's dreams. The viewers of The Voice were in for a huge surprise this season, particularly when Gwen Stefani, one of the show's most unpredictable and dynamic coaches, made a decision that left both the audience and the other coaches in complete and utter shock. Stefani has always had a keen eye for talent, but what transpired during the first night of the playoffs was something that no one saw coming. She is known for her blend of pop-punk edge and heartfelt empathy, and she brings both of these elements together. In addition to the stakes, the manner in which Gwen managed her team was a significant factor in the intensity of this evening. They were aware that only a select few would be able to advance to the next stage of the competition as they lined up to perform, and they were prepared for this. However, Gwen, who had always been encouraging and brutally honest, was confronted with a predicament that transformed this evening into one that was unlike any other. Long after the episode had been broadcast, viewers were still on the edge of their seats because of her decision, which sparked debate. A night with high stakes, the playoffs have been started. The night started off with the usual fanfare, which consisted of each coach's team performing a variety of genres during the competition. Each contestant's goal was to impress both their coach and the audience at home. As the team that Gwen had brought to the playoffs took the stage, it became abundantly clear that the talent that she had brought was remarkable. It was a diverse and competitive group that Gwen had, with members ranging from soulful balladeers to powerhouse vocalists. However, this meant that the process of making a decision was going to be even more challenging for her, as she was aware of the potential that each of the contestants possessed. The performances progressed, and Gwen displayed the typical grace she possesses when she is under pressure. She kept a close eye on everything, making mental notes, and even providing her artists with guidance and support before they took the stage. She was well aware that the choice she was about to make would have a significant impact on the path that their careers would take. With her status as one of the most prominent figures in the music industry, Gwen was aware that these young musicians were about to embark on a significant journey that would have a significant impact on their futures. However, she was also aware that only the most talented individuals would be able to prevail. Before her team gave their first performance, she made the statement, "Tonight is going to be extremely challenging. My search is not limited to singers. Rather, I am looking for an artist who is capable of distinguishing themselves not only in this competition, but also in the industry as a whole." That being said, Gwen was not only concerned with the vocal abilities of the members of her team, she was also concerned with the X factor, which is an indescribable quality that differentiates someone who is talented from someone who has the potential to become a star. In light of the fact that Gwen had always placed a strong emphasis on authenticity, she made it abundantly clear that she desired for her team to not only sing well but also connect with the song and the audience in a manner that was genuine and distinctive. A surprising turn of events, the decision that no one anticipated. All of the coaches were prepared to make their decisions as the final round of performances came to a close. On the other hand, when it came time for Gwen Stefani to reveal her decisions regarding who would proceed to the next round, she surprised everyone with her ultimate choice. Generally speaking, the playoffs format gives each coach the ability to choose a specific number of contestants to move on to the live shows based on how well they performed against one another. The majority of the time, the decision appears to be a logical course of action. However, Gwen, who had always been a daring and bold presence on the show, surprised everyone by doing something that they had not expected. In a move that had never been done before, she made the decision to eliminate one of her most talented athletes from the competition. This decision left the other coaches as well as the contestants in utter disbelief. Someone whose performance had been flawless, whose vocals were on point, and whose stage presence had captivated both Gwen and the audience was the contestant in question. This contestant had been a fan favorite. Surprisingly, Gwen made the decision to release them from their confinement. Gwen explained, "I believe in this artist," with a voice that was filled with strong conviction. "The decision that I need to make right now, however, is one that is based on what will provide them with the greatest opportunities in the long run. This moment is about more than just this competition. It is about finding an artist who is capable of going the distance. Moreover, this necessitates making the difficult decisions." It was not just the decision itself that caused the shock. Rather, it was the manner in which Gwen explained it. She wasn't just interested in getting rid of someone. Rather, she was interested in cultivating them and assisting them in developing into a complete artist. The other coaches were left in a state of disbelief, with some of them displaying obvious surprise at her reasoning. The veteran coach on the show, Adam Levine, could only shake his head in utter astonishment during the episode. Adam, who was still trying to make sense of what had just occurred, approached Gwen and said, "You really just went there. That's a very courageous move." The decision that Gwen made was not simply limited to removing talent. Rather, it was based on her conviction that each of her contestants should have a vision. Her willingness to make this difficult decision demonstrated the extent of her dedication to the artistry that was behind the show. She was looking beyond the competition to their potential futures, and she was looking beyond the competition. With Gwen, it was not just about winning a show. Rather, it was about building a career for herself. Moreover, this was a choice that, in the end, had the potential to help her competitors achieve success in the long run, despite the fact that it did not make her the most easy coach to collaborate with in the short term. Consequences: what this implies for the individuals competing in the event. As a matter of course, the decision left the contestant who was eliminated in utter disbelief. They had exerted a great deal of effort in order to arrive at this point, and they had a great deal of confidence in their accomplishments. However, for Gwen, the decision was not so much about denying their talent as it was about making certain that they would be provided with the appropriate resources, environment, and time to develop as artists. This was something that, in her opinion, was not guaranteed by a spot on the live shows. In spite of the fact that it was excruciating in the moment, it was the kind of mentorship that had the potential to be beneficial to the artist in the long run. Despite the fact that the contestant was obviously dissatisfied, Gwen was there for them with the compassion that is characteristic of her. She comforted them by saying, "I'm not going to give up on you. A moment is all that is required. Your travels are not over at this point." It was not the first time that Gwen had made a decision on The Voice that was emotionally challenging. However, this was the first time that the decision felt like it was as much about the artist's long-term growth as it was about the competition itself. The depth of Gwen's abilities as a coach and mentor was demonstrated by the fact that she was able to connect with her contestants, even when they were at their lowest point. It was a victory that was both bittersweet and satisfying for the other contestants who won and advanced. Despite the fact that they were overjoyed to be moving on to the live rounds, they were aware of the amount of pressure that was associated with Gwen's decision. "If she's letting someone this talented go, I know I have to bring my absolute best," one of the contestants admitted after learning that they had made it through the competition. "This is going to be the most challenging journey I've ever had, but it will also be the most rewarding." Introducing a new coaching definition. Immediately following the shocking decision that Gwen made, viewers were left with the opportunity to contemplate the kind of coach that she actually was. Her decision made it abundantly clear that The Voice was not simply about showcasing raw talent. Rather, it was about gaining an understanding of the nuances of the music industry, cultivating long-term success, and cultivating a sense of artistry that would resonate with fans beyond the stage. As a result of her decision, Gwen Stefani demonstrated that coaching on The Voice is about more than just selecting winners. Rather, it is about molding the careers of her artists in a manner that ensures they will be prepared for whatever comes after. The shocking decision that she made on the first night of the playoffs left an impression not only on the show but also on the contestants. It also established a new standard for what it means to be a mentor in the world of The Voice, which is known for its intense level of competition. Despite the fact that the results of the playoffs left a lot of questions unanswered, one thing was crystal clear: Gwen Stefani's approach to coaching had taken a bold and new direction, and it was a direction that had the potential to change the future of The Voice forever.